Hi everyone. Today we're going to learn the overview of programming with large language model. This presentation is a collection of my study notes over past few months and prepared for my team as part of our regular knowledge sharing session. As this topic area is rapidly evolving and there are a lot to cover, even for an overview, I ended up with about 80 slides. Since it is difficult and won't be effective to scramble into 1 hour session, I decided to record and break down into multiple clips so that my team can watch and learn in their own time. I'm Tatet, IT specialist and computer engineer by training and software engineer and architect by profession. Like everyone else, I'm amazed by this recently popular new technology and pretty much clueless of what and how to use it. I started following and kept learning about these trends and evolution of this technology. But by no means I'm not a machine learning expert, so I focus more on application aspect of this tag as I am from application software field. I hope this presentation of my study notes from software engineer perspective could be helpful for others with similar interest. So just to demonstrate how easy it is to build a basic application using large language model API, I made this simple CLI application in Python, less than 100 lines. I called it AOK, short for all okay. You can see it at the given GitHub URL. This Python shell script can simply answer the single questions by calling the large language model API from OpenAI, or I can run it in interactive chat mode, following the conversation, remembering the previous conversation with in-memory chat history. It is also made to accept the standard input from command line as prompt so that I can concatenate the whole text file or the code file content with the prompt to the large language model. Let's see it in action. I'm not a data scientist, I'm not a machine learning engineer, so I asked myself, where do I fit in when it comes to large language model? There had been many machine learning based systems and software solutions in the past before the rise of ChatGPT and popularity of large language model. So I look into what is it like in regards to typical machine learning model. In typical machine learning projects, they use algorithms to process and analyze data to create models. Then inferences when these trained models generate outputs based on new inputs. This process is the backbone of many AI applications. Understanding this helps us see what large language model brings to the table. Let's look at how large language model is similar or different from this. Large language model use massive text data, and it is built using an algorithm called transformer architecture. They are designed to create coherent and contextually relevant text, making them extremely versatile. The scale of data and the sophisticated architecture they use set them apart from traditional models, enabling them to perform a wide array of language tasks. It all started with the research paper from Google titled "Attention is All You Need." You can learn more about it if you're curious. Knowing this large language model's nature and its abstract level process of similarity to machine learning model training and inference, we can learn how to make use of it. So continuing with my question to myself, what can I do with these large language models and where do I fit in? So what can we do with this large language model? Like any machine learning based solutions, we can make applications using these ML models or large language model. This is where we are good at, and we will not be making new models. We will be learning how to use these models. So what do we need to learn to make these large language model applications? These AI powered applications. So we got to learn to incorporate large language model functions into our applications, of course. We shall learn the fundamental concepts of large language model and its nature, available technology components in API and SDKs, and the process of using them in our software engineering discipline. So continue asking myself of where do I fit in? Based on my readings and observation, I noticed that sometimes I derailed and slipped into the area of machine learning engineers' work. There is nothing wrong about it, but just to keep ourselves focused and to have the clarity, I came up with this spectrum. Understanding our position helps us make informed decisions about which tools and techniques to use as we go along in learning to build application with large language model. This sets the foundation for our learning journey. My learning notes are about making use of AI or large language model functions in our application, not how to train or do the machine learning work. Depending on our interest and requirements, we may step further to the right direction in the spectrum towards machine learning engineer skill set. But this presentation is intended for software engineers focusing on how to use instead of making the large language model ourselves.